This is Bungie's big weekly news article this week in Destiny, and we have some announcements here. We got the Arms Week is coming next week with a bunch of other exciting news topics. So let's go ahead and read through it all together. Conquering the Desert Perpetual. Okay, we're going to talk about the world's first team here. After fighting through contest mode more than 15 hours and facing 3 indomitable bosses at the highest difficulty possible, a team defeated Corregos, the World Line. It took them many, many tries of leaving that overgrown harpy with just a sliver of health remaining, but they did it, and the Desert Perpetual raid was completed. Congratulations one more time to Team Nuts. Of course, they had to name, of course, it's Team Nuts, right? Our new world's first raid race winners. We got Malido, Dabs, Enscaria, Silken, Mitch, and Ham. Nice. Your name shall forever be remembered among the stars, and you have earned not only the glory and bragging rights, but also the world's first raid belts. Nice. I want to see what those look like when they get them arrived. The Desert Perpetual is now available in normal difficulty, and everyone who owns the Edge of Fate and has completed the Edge of Fate campaign can jump into it and experience the lengths that the Conductor and the Coral Vex will go to achieve their goals. There are many new weapons to earn, some amazing lore, and of course the new exotic. We won't spoil any of those, though, so go discover them for yourself. We will talk about this. What we will talk about is the new feat system for raids. How do these work? If you have entered the customization menu in the portal, this will look very familiar. You can choose different modifiers, and there's a modifier in there that's like basically contest modifier. Be careful selecting that one. That was brutal. Makes your experience more challenging in exchange for more rewards and to complete triumphs. You want contest mode difficulty? You can get it. Yeah. Completing raids with some feats. One will complete certain triumphs that allow you to earn higher tiered rewards, so it's really worth it. Nice. A big bag enough to carry with. Okay. For those who cleared it, okay, you get some Bungie rewards here if you're interested. You got a bag, jacket, and the pin there. The Edge of Fate post-launch support. So Bungie has been very active on social media, keeping you up to date on all the changes that are coming up. And we're obviously doing the same here as well, so that way you know what's going on. As things start to calm down a bit after the Edge of Fate release and after that heart-stopping world's first race, there's some topics that we wanted to address directly today. No game launch is perfect. And on top of that, we need to add the many changes implemented in this release that need some time to adjust to. Additionally, we're aware that there were some missing patch notes for Destiny 2 Update 9.0.0. Below, you'll find details on ammo and stats, but we're still investigating a handful of balance changes, Warlock, Titan, and more. And we hope to have those details together next week. We've been trying to keep everyone informed on these topics with regular updates from our D2 team accounts, so you may have already read some of these, but we've also collected them here for anyone who wants to get caught up. Gotcha. It's got portal and world tabs. We're going to revert the desaturation of the world tab in an upcoming update. They tried to bring down the saturation. They tried to turn the color off on our world tab. They tried to ruin the director. But no, we said no, the portal's fine. I don't hate the portal that much. I know some do, but at least leave the world tab as it is because I like that. And I think that they should definitely bring Kepler over to the world tab. And I think they said they are. So let's double check if that wasn't just a rumor. During development, we had some feedback that players were confused between the portal and world tabs for where to find core game activities. Many gravitated to the familiar director UI, so we chose to visually adjust it. But it is clear that we now overreacted to that feedback. Our intention going forward is for the portal tab to serve as quick access point to core game activities, and for the world tab to support exploration of the Destiny world. Both are important to us, and we'll continue to upgrade both. Gotcha. And we got the Bright Dust and the Edge of Fate section here. We're going to add an infinite grind source for Bright Dust and pair it with a Make Good grant in an upcoming event. In our effort to reduce friction to playing activities, we chose to retire the core game Pathfinder in favor of simpler daily objectives, with an improved and unlimited mini-objective system planned for release in Renegades later this year. Knowing we were removing the infinite grind source until Renegades, we rebalanced Bright Dust awards to be larger for most players. It's clear that many players also value having the additional grind source, so we will continue an interim replacement. So people got mad about their Bright Dust. Now they got to fix it. Power deltas and contest raid. We enjoyed watching the Desert Perpetual World's First Raid Race and contest attempts and completions throughout the weekend, but also want to let everyone know we are tracking feedback items and issues reports that have been coming from within the community. We're seeing reports of enemies being at a higher power delta than what the activity advertises. We will investigate, and this is a high priority for us this week. We want contest mode to challenge your loadouts, your teamwork, and your puzzle-solving abilities. The highest end of damage has been reported to feel that it requires far more than expected. Each raid we've shipped has been unique, especially at contest difficulty. This will continue. And for our players who desire challenge, do not worry, we will continue to offer it. Nice. That said, we will use feedback from this weekend to inform our future as we continue to develop these experiences. Additionally, we are looking into reward quality, what tiers rewards within the raid are dropping at within contest difficulty, and their power in relation to yours. There are ways to increase your reward quality in normal difficulty via raid feats, and we'll be watching feedback around these systems as players get deeper into them. Finally, we are aware of an issue where rally flags are not refreshing ammo and abilities consistently. The team is investigating, and we will have an update as soon as possible. So they're fixing some of the bugs, and they're looking at the feedback. It's interesting that they say they're just looking at the feedback. They're not really making any drastic changes just yet. Ability regeneration in Armor 3.0. We've been investigating reports that ability regen was not recharging at the rates communicated in a previous TWID following the 9.0.01 update. Many thanks to our community sleuths who discovered this issue and brought it to our attention. That was a viral Reddit post that we read. Right now, the ability stats, Grenade, Melee, Class Super, are returning less ability energy than stated in our previous communications. We had previously stated that hitting 70 in an ability stat in the Edge of Fate was equivalent to certain the Edge of Fate values for discipline, strength, and each class's ability regen stat and intellect, and that going above 70 would result in faster recharging than before. This isn't currently true for the 70 mark, but is for the 85 mark. We intend to make it true for 70 in an upcoming update. Ooh, so we're getting a big buff pretty soon here. Our design goal for the Edge of Fate stats is to let players be able to reach higher heights than previously possible in the game by investing heavier into specific stats, but also to have interesting trade-offs when making build crafting choices. Making the 70 stat one of the big trade-off points is important for our design goals and for meeting player expectations for build crafting in the Edge of Fate. This is a simplified explanation of the situation. Expect a full breakdown of how stats are being corrected to be shared in the accompanying patch notes. Suffice to say, mistakes were made, and we're sorry for the accidental confusion here, so apologies from Bungie. We intend to make it right quickly, and as always, we appreciate the members of the community who noticed this discrepancy and pushed it to our attention. Ammo economy. All right, the weapons and armor sandbox team has been absorbing a lot of feedback this week around the ammo economy changes in the Destiny 2 Edge of Fate. And we're eager to share details on where we think the system is and where it will go. First, we wanted players to have more control over ammo acquisition, being able to know when it will drop in combat. Second, we wanted to provide build crafting options to generate ammo with some trade-offs that we could evolve long-term with more build craft support options. In the Edge of Fate, ammo can be built into through the ammo generation stat, mods, and perks and weapons, and the weapon stat and ammo tuning mods in armor. Lastly, we wanted to slightly reduce ammo gains for players who don't invest in the stat at all while providing more ammo than the pre-Edge of Fate values if folks invest more, even enabling and supporting the running of double special ammo builds in PvE. All right, I like that. However, we missed the mark on some of our targets, and as we've absorbed feedback from the community, we want to make some additional changes. Yeah, okay, so we got update 9003 coming, and we made a few targeted adjustments and have more coming in the next few weeks, and then even more planned in the long run. We're committed to updating and balancing this core system to promote healthy build crafting diversity and to construct a fun, living sandbox for players to engage in. So here we go. You're going to see the following in the next update. increased rocket sidearm ammo, swords. They're going to fix a bug that was reducing their ammo. This also increases their ammo per brick as well. Area denial frame grenade launchers are going to get more ammo. We're currently playtesting the following changes. This is going to go live in update 9004 on July 29th, which is players at the lowest end of the ammo investment will see ammo progress faster, providing more bricks. And they said ultimately our initial tuning here was a bit too punitive, and we want to bring it a bit closer to the pre-Edge of Fate values while still encouraging a bit more buildcraft investment to procure ammo more regularly. So what they wanted to do as they brought things over into the Edge of Fate is make not investing any stats into something more punishing and investing a ton of stats into one thing more rewarding. So that way the like power band it's going to feel pretty drastic, right? You can go from having like tons of grenades if you have like 200 or class ability or melee or whatever it may be, versus if you had like 0, you'd get like very little. So I don't hate that idea because it makes you feel like your character drastically gets more powerful if you do spec into certain builds. But in this case, they made it maybe too punishing. Increase the ammo per brick for additional weapon types. Buff the ammo generation stats for some exotic weapons that are lagging behind, so they generate ammo faster. In the long run, we want to address the following additional feedback items to ensure a healthy ammo system for the game that can expand and provide more unique playstyles. All right, so provide a better method of highlighting ammo drops or recovering ammo if it falls off the map or into unreachable locations. Improving how aim assists generate ammo for players. Continue to build more sandbox combat hooks for generating ammo, enabling players to feel like they specialize in ammo generation, even for their teammates. All right. All right, more activities are coming to the portal. This is where we recently talked about this. I believe they're saying they're bringing the dungeons in, but where are the raids at? That's what I want to know. After the launch week comes week 2. Most of you have completed the campaign at least once by now, got a bit more familiar with the portal and its many activities and rewards, and a few Daring Guardians may have even jumped into the new raid. But this is just the beginning. On Tuesday, week 2 started, and top of the weekly refresh of the seasonal hub rewards, a new seasonal weekly challenges. We have new activities coming into the portal. Onslaught, Midtown, Onslaught, Widow's Court will arrive in Fireteam Ops. On top of that, Surus Foundry weapons will be overcharged for the week, so give them a try when doing some hard challenges. On the PvP side of things, we have Cutting Edge, a new game mode that requires featured gear to enter, making the meta quite different to other PvP game modes. Give it a try and earn some of the unique Crucible weapons, like the beautiful new micro missile frame grenade launcher. Yeah, what all you call the Arc Mountaintop. Even if you're still busy bringing additional characters up to speed, completing triumphs, finding secrets from Kepler, and maybe fighting through the fabled and mythic missions, we recommend you try all of them and see what rewards are dropping. Increasing your power level as you play them will open more opportunities to earn higher tier rewards. So that's how it works. The higher your level, the higher the tier loot. So that's the incentive to grinding your power up, more so than just make number bigger. After week 2, more content is coming. Here's a reminder of the season Reclamation will offer for players. Okay, so this is Reclamation. We got week 2 of July. We got July 22nd, July 29th, all this stuff, Arms Week. Okay, August 5th through 19th, Solstice. September 2nd, Heavy Metal's back. September 9th, we got Ash and Iron, major update. And we got dungeon content. More details to come soon. So the dungeon content is just being added to the portal, I believe. But for now, we can prepare for Arms Week. Very cool. On July 29th, we get it. The name might sound familiar to most Destiny 1 veterans. That's right. That's right. But the approach is quite different this time. That's wrong. That's wrong, Bungie. Arms Week is a 1-week duration event focusing on a single weapon archetype. In this first week, we are honoring hand cannons. The first step into Arms Week is to visit Ada 1, not at her usual spot down in the tower near the Drifter, but at the new shooting range that launched alongside the Edge of Fate that you can launch via the tower map. Ada 1 will give you a pursuit that kicks off the Arms Week event. as well as the brand new hand cannon, Phonutria Fera. More on this cool new weapon below. By playing activities with hand cannons, you'll gather combat telemetry that allows Ada 1 to build more weapons and other rewards for you, including time-limited but very powerful volatile mods you can slot into the event's featured weapon archetype. Okay, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. This is a spread shot, fires a short range spread of pellets. Nice. And then you've got 100 RPM. Okay. Shotgun hand cannon. Then, with your favorite hand cannon at hand, you will have a set of daily and weekly challenges that will be available at the Arms Week event home. We talked about event homes in April 24th, if you remember. Completing these challenges will award you progression for the event track, which has rewards of many types, from currencies to hollow foil weapons if you reach the higher ranks, but also event tokens. These tokens are essential to the event and will help you get more rewards in the event shop. The other currency to take into consideration are reroll chips, earnable from the event track and in the event shop for event tokens and silver. Gotcha. So you can reroll the weapon, I believe. They used to do this back in the Arms Day, way long time ago. Who remembers that with the shotgun, Fellwinter's Lie? Fellwinter's Lie, rerolling that bad boy. Woo. Blink shotgun, D1. Looks like it's back. Should be fun, and I'm sure these weapons will be. I'm sure the weapons will be pretty powerful. Weapons and more weapons. As you can imagine, hand cannons will be the focus. Also for the rewards, as we teased above, there's a new solar hand cannon that's kind of the star of this event, the Phonutria Fera. It's one of our first ever spread shot hand cannons. Trials of Osiris will have another one. And it works like a shotgun that has traded a bit of punch for the ability to use primary ammo. That's why it has perks like 1-2 punch. Oh my gosh. Okay. 1-2 punch. You already have me sold. I will need this. Along with Phonutria Fera, there's a set of legacy hand cannons to earn for completionists and Ribbon Tail. A new strand adaptive trace rifle that can roll with proximity power and detonation beam, among others. Okay. Not sure what proximity power does, but sounds like it could be good because detonation beam is one of the stronger perks on trace rifles. On top of all of these weapons, there's a new volatile weapon mods that will also be earned through Arms Week. They're available for the duration of the event and can only be slotted into the featured weapon type. So we put them on your hand cannons. And wreak havoc. We got chaotic munitions, precision final blows, produce randomized effects. Randomized effects. What does that mean? What are the options of the randomized effects? Cowboy grip, supremely improved hipfire weapon performance, and fragmentation rewards or rounds. Precision final blows create multiple explosive submunitions. All right, those sound insane. I'm ready for Arms Week. Oh yes. All right, we got briefs 004 and 005. All right, so it's from the Vanguard. Guardian Operative dispatch contains restricted information for select fire teams and will purge its data upon closure. The Nessian Schism. Okay. Vex, separated from collective, echo-crafted, individualistic minds. Okay, by Sundaresh. Hazards, standard Vex armaments and temporal manipulation. Predictive clairvoyance. Nice. We got like a little bit of intel behind them here. The Nessian Schism, colloquially referred to as the Coral Vex, arose when an echo spawned from the defeat of the Witness impacted Nessus. A new Vex being, the Conductor, rose from the Radiolaria and converted the Vex active on Nessian into her own faction. The stated goal of the Nessian Schism is to use the Vex to bring the golden age of humanity into the present. The Conductor has given her Vex autonomy to more effectively branch out in their pursuit of this goal. The leader of the Nessian Schism, the Conductor, possesses one of the echoes created from the Witness's death. It allows her to command immense power and force others to obey her. Non-Guardian operatives and all Guardian operatives below a Sigma 3 ranking are ordered to retreat upon encountering the Conductor. All I'm saying is I want to get a hold of this echo. We need to get a hold of this echo and we need to turn it into a gun. All right? If it's this powerful, that's what we need. Or maybe a new subclass, the Darkness subclass, yes. These new Vex signatures re-emerged on Kepler recently. It is unknown what their motivations are, but the local Elixni and humanoid population are not aligned with this Vex incursion. All of Kepler and our mission is threatened by their presence. All right. Of note, Ghost has a file of all the insults Vex of the Nessian Schism have broadcast to him during your engagements with their forces. Since their emergence on Nessus, the Schism has receded into the Vexnet. Hidden operatives have been unable to track the conductor and her denizens within the network, but they report massive destabilization across the simulated infrastructure and heightened encounters with Coral Vex across the network. All right. These imps, man. No, not the imps. Where did they come from? The Vex Imp is made up of a swarm of small demons, evil, actual demons from the depths of hell. Capable Vex frames, typically armed with standard Vex laser weaponry. While a single frame of an Imp's swarm presents little threat, their numbers and small target silhouette make them dangerous. Leading theory speculates that Vex Imp Swarm is one singular entity, ungoverned by a mind. Preliminary tests suggest that each radio layer within an Imp is a copied organism, an imprinted replication of a host, or a core body believed to be housed in the central Imp frame. Imps vary in behavioral drivers, but a shared function is that of a decomposer. Imps will break down and reconstitute any material to grow their swarm, both inorganic and organic. One hidden report states that an operative on the ground states imps may keep portions of themselves hidden far away from the main swarm. It is possible that no operative has in truth destroyed a single imp completely. Wow. Of note, imps have been seen harassing me inside the raid, and larger targets such as Elixni, Briggs, over long periods of pursuit to weaken them before moving in with confidence and disassembling them. New imp subframes are then created with frightening speed if left unassailed. Wow. So imps are going around and harassing Briggs and then creating more imp armies. We got to stop the imps. There's a particular imp swarm, self-referred to as Vast. Reports warn this swarm ambushes Guardian operatives in an attempt to consume their ghost. Okay, I want to find this Vast, all right? I got a Galahorn with your name written all over it, buddy. Get out of here. Not crushing my ghost. Bungie Foundation campaign update. All right, so we got an update on it. We're raising tons of money for charity. All right, this looks like everything's going well. This is good. Awesome. They're doing a live stream. You got this emblem that you can get for it, right? Your donations get you this emblem. Very cool stuff. That's the player support report. A list of issues that are getting fixed, of course. PS4 crashes. Make sure not to wear this armor if you're on PlayStation. We covered that before. A longer list of known issues. My God, look at the... This is the list of known issues? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh my God. The amount of bugs when the Edge of Fate is insane. All right, that's it for this week. Some cool Lodi art. Nice. Nice. Very cool, very cool. Good stuff, good stuff. Let me know what you think about Arms Week down in the comment section below. And make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. We'll see you in the next one. Later.